Hey, what's going on, everybody? My voice is low because, of course, it is 3 o'clock in the morning. As a matter of fact, it is 3:33. Now, I've been seeing this number for the last week or two. 3:30, especially more specifically within the last few days. I think since the weekend. 3:33, 3:33, 3:33. I don't know what this means. And maybe after I speak to you guys, I'll go look that up to see if there's any significant meaning behind that. But I just been seeing that a lot, and I've been going through it. So one of the reasons why I came on here at this time, simply is because I can't sleep. I haven't been able to sleep properly since maybe 1:30 this morning. And so I just got up because a lot of times when I go through that, I feel like God is just waking me up to, you know, of course, pray, talk to Him, and just get through whatever it is that I need to get through at this moment. And sometimes that can be, restless sleep. Sometimes it can be waking me up early before my alarm. My alarm goes off at 5:30. So know that I am not going back to bed at this point because in a sense, it's kind of pointless for me. But I also want to come on here and just be a little honest with people. Not that I haven't been, but I think what happens with a lot of people is, especially when they create content, all depending on the type of content that they're making. But if you're in the realm or the space that I'm in where it's about speaking power to people, raising your frequency and all of that, for those who are in that space, don't get so caught up in being positive or putting out positive videos without showing the balance of things or even speaking about the balance of things. Life happens in duality. So I've seldom been afraid to express some of the not so great things that are happening in my life. Like at this moment, I am up. It's after 3. And I've been going through it. The previous video that I posted, I talk a little bit about what I'm going through right now, in this midst of what seems like a transition, but it's very uncomfortable. I am feeling like, hey, am I doing the right thing? Nothing seems to be moving forward. These are things that people want to hear because they want to know that they're not the only ones going through it. Yes, spread positive messages. I'm not saying to stay away from that, but I almost feel to some extent there's a responsibility on my part, just the way I am, to be able to provide that balance. And I said that at 3:33. So to provide that balance where people can see the humanity in someone else who is on camera and expressing themselves. And because sometimes people can have the perception of, oh man, this person must be like really courageous and, nothing bad happens to them, or seldom does it ever happen. And, anything that could create some type of comparison. And I wouldn't like for anyone who is watching my videos to feel like they could not relate to me. So though I may provide positive messages, at the same time, your girl be going through it, okay? There are moments where she's going to go through it. And there's nothing wrong with expressing that. If you have the courage to do that, please do that, because there are people out there who really want to hear both sides of the coin. It doesn't mean you become a Debbie Downer or anything like that, but to say, oh man, yeah, Corey has bad days too. And it can make people feel better. If it's to help them elevate their frequency, I'm doing it. simply because sometimes when we put out this picture of seeming perfection, or we only want to post what's great in our lives, we create a false sense of happiness and joy that really a 5 minute, 10 minute, or 15-minute video, it's just deceiving. It's deceiving to the audience. So I know I sound like I'm rambling, but I do have a point. I was listening to this young lady. I follow her ministry, and in her video, she was giving words of encouragement to people about their breakthrough and what this moment means to each and every one of us. And so I felt like that was very timely, that I needed to hear that message. Because I really been going through it. And a lot of people won't know that because I am that type of person that likes to kind of deal with things on my own. I don't like dragging people down. I'm not an energy vampire, as you can tell. And in some ways, I feel like I have a responsibility to not just to others, because I do have a team of agents that I coach, but also to myself to be better. And in the being better, we have to go through pressure moments. And right now, this is a pressure moment for me personally, not professionally, but just, having those conversations with God and saying, look, God, I'm doing all that I can, at least in my limited thinking. I'm doing all that I possibly can right now with what I know. And I'm just tired. I'm just so tired. And I need your help. And that is essentially what's happening for me right now. Doesn't mean I'm down on life. Doesn't mean that, I'm angry and frustrated with anyone. This is just part of the journey. And I feel like, all the things are coming for me. All the things. People wanting to get my attention through just petty, immature actions that they take. Provocation, trying to do these little things to make me react or make me respond. Just the people around me and their little shadows trying to jump out at me to, again, bait me into taking focus off of what needs to be done. And in, some respects, the last few days I have been really distracted, just because I'm tired, but now God's waking me up and saying, hey, like, let's have a conversation. Let's talk about this. What's going on? And, I know through that there will come a revelation where I can continue to press forward. But right now, just being open, honest, and transparent, I've just been like, I'm tired. And when you're tired, you can become easily distracted. And that's just where I'm at right now. And I feel like I needed to share that with you guys in order to bring the humanity to what is this walk in life. Because again, a lot of people look up to me in a way that I don't ask for it. I'm almost shy to really have any type of influence because I see what influence does to people. I watch people that are around me or in my environment and how they take that gift of influence and just go buck wild with it, because they're kind of drunk on power. And it might be at a small scale, and for some people I see at a grand scale, they're just and it's like, calm down. God's been blessing you due to your hard work and diligence and sacrifice and dedication to whatever it is that you're doing. He didn't turn around and give it to you now so that you can treat people like trash, right? So this is why I'm always a little bit nervous about having influence, because it can be intoxicating, and you start to lose focus on what really matters, and start to kind of like appease to your crowd, whatever that crowd is. And you can get caught up, and you can get a swole head, and all these things, and before you know it, there's a fall from grace. So I never want to experience that. But at the same time, I do understand the responsibility of having influence, and I want to steward that the best way possible. So it's moments like this where I become really transparent and open and say, hey, I may be in some type of position of leadership, but I don't know where the heck I'm going. And not being shy about that, and still holding that same authority. So I know this sounded like a ramble, and I hope that it has made sense to a lot of you, if not some of you. But I do believe there's a rhyme and a reason behind it, and I did feel compelled to share my thoughts right now. The same thing with yesterday in the previous video, just to create balance, to show people that, hey, we can have off days. We can have worry sometimes. We can feel a little frustrated at times, or even anxious. But allow these emotions to come in and pass through. That's the important part. Allowing them to come in, pass through, and tell them thanks for coming, but you gotta go. I think people just get stuck where they hold on to it, and they ruminate on it, and then it just intensifies to a point where it's very hard to shake off. I will never tell anybody not to feel a certain type of way. What I will encourage them to do is, once they feel it, process it, understand it, and then release it. And the best part is when you're able to release it without feeling fake or phony about the release, because you've taken the time to just process everything. So anyway, look, it's into 13 minutes. I'm just gonna kind of end it here. And like I said, I hope you guys got something out of this. This sounds like a ramble, but not an unnecessary ramble. I really brought it here to create some balance on this channel. So anyway, you guys take care, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.